Yes.
You may be seated. Good afternoon. Distinguished guests, esteemed faculty members, families, friends, and most importantly, our graduates. I am Dr. Angela Ballantyne, and I serve as the Provost and Chief Campus Officer here at the Perry Health Sciences campus, and it is my pleasure to welcome all of you to our campus and to the Martha Mann Smith School of Nursing, our pinning ceremony for the class of 2023. Today we gather to celebrate the academic achievements and accomplishments and professional steps that these students have taken to become our graduate nurses. For the past couple of years, our graduates have worked diligently to acquire the knowledge, skills, and expertise necessary to excel in the field of nursing. Through countless hours of study, clinical rotations, hands-on experience, and lots of blood, sweat, and tears, I'm sure they will say, they have proven themselves to be dedicated and competent healthcare professionals. As we honor our graduates, we also recognize the support and guidance of their families, their friends, and faculty members. These individuals have been instrumental in shaping our graduates' academic and professional journeys, and their unwavering support has been critical to our graduates' success. To our graduates, I offer you my sincerest congratulations on this momentous achievement. You have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to excellence and a passion for improving the lives of others through your work in the field of nursing. Your hard work, your determination, and your dedication have been exemplary, and we are confident that you will continue to make significant contributions to the healthcare industry. As we celebrate this important milestone in your academic and professional careers, we also look forward to seeing the incredible impact that you will have on the healthcare community. Once again, I welcome all of you to this year's nursing pinning ceremony, and congratulations, graduates. We wish you every success in your future endeavors. Thank you.
If you're willing, please bow your hearts and your heads. I pray to the holy God of Abraham, of Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph. Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. May your will be done in earth, in Raleigh, in Wake Tech, and in our homes, as in heaven. I thank you for your grace, and I thank you that your mercies are new every morning. And I confess two things today, Father. On this journey, I did not keep you in the first place that you deserve to be in. If I had ran more toward you the way I did toward medical knowledge, and if I had sought you the way I sought rest, I would have glorified you better. I also confess that there are times that I was prideful when I would make it through another step in the program, Lord. But the reality is, no amount of hard work or determination would have brought us here had you not let the brain cells that we have learn the knowledge. Would you not have allowed the very breath in our lungs? And Lord, may we use that breath to praise you every moment. Lord, the very beat of our heart is with your permission. There are days we did not think we could get here, and you carried us. You provided what was lacking, and we give you all praise and honor and glory for that. My faith through this journey has grown. I've believed in you, but I have a stronger faith today. I have seen the human body in a whole new way. And there's no doubt in my mind, Lord, that you created this body. It was not an accident, but it was a creation. You reached down and you created man in your image. We're fearfully and wonderfully made, and you knew our very names when we were in our mother's wombs. Another thing that I've learned through this process, Lord, and I thank you for this opportunity, is how fragile life is. We learned day after day new ways that we could get sick and new ways that we could die, and at times it was scary. But I found hope and promise, Lord, that our days are ultimately in your hands. If the scales could fall from our eyes and we could see the things that you have protected us from, and the things that you have brought us through, and the battles that you fought on our behalf, we could do nothing but to fall on our knees in your presence. You have allowed us to be here today, this moment in history, all the times that we could have been born, but you let us be here in a time where we could further our education, regardless if we were male or female, regardless of the color of our skin. You let us be here today, Lord. Your providence amazes me, and I cannot imagine the trillions of things that you must have to line up to let your will be done in each of our lives, Father, and we thank you for that. I thank you for the support of our family and friends that you let be in our lives, Father. Without them, I cannot imagine this journey. They filled the gaps at times that we could not. I thank you for the staff at Wake Tech from the very beginning when we started our admission all the way through the program. I thank you for the administration. I thank you for the clinical instructors. I thank you even for the woman who did the great cleaning as we would use the restrooms week after week. Lord, it was always clean, and I thank you for her. I thank you for these clinical instructors, and I imagine there must be days that they don't want to get up and come do their job, Lord, but remind them, please, that they made a difference, not only in our lives and our families' lives, not only in their patients and their families, of their patients' lives, but Lord, in our future, potential patients and their families, and the effects of what they've done could ripple on until the end of time, potentially, Father. And I thank you for each one of them, and please bring them to keep doing this work day after day. What they do is so important. Father, I thank you for the fellow students in this class. I never anticipated the relationships and the bonds that you would allow to be there, Lord. I thank you for the love that this group has had. I thank you for the diversity and the different gifts that you've given each one of us. And Lord, may we go out and do the work for you. As we set for our NCLEX, Father, I ask each of us to have calm nerves and to pass on the first try if that's your will. And if not, may we bless your name and persevere anyway. Lord, I thank you for the jobs that you've already provided for so many of us. I ask that you would help us to use that money that we earn to your glory, but may the job never be only about money. May we see it as our mission field and not just as a job. On the days that we lack compassion, because I know that those will come, I ask you to put that compassion into us. Please let us see our patients as you see them. Please let us serve them as though we're serving you, Lord. And please keep them safe in our hands. At the end of the day, when we leave for our shift and our name is forgotten, may we be okay with that. But may one thing be remembered when we walk out that door. May it be the name of Jesus. Lord, we long for the day when the RN would be after our name, But I know that ultimately there are no letters that can go after our name that will satisfy us. We all have a place in our soul and our being that only you can fill. And we've all chased things in this world trying to fill those holes, and we've been unsuccessful. The only satisfaction ultimately we will ever have is to be in your presence. Over that day, Lord, when there will be no need for more nurses or more doctors, because we will be in the presence of the great physician. Many say, come quickly, Lord, but I can't say that today because I have loved ones in this room that I don't know you yet. Call them to you, Lord, please. My heart's desire is that each one here today, every student in this class comes to know you, and that when it's all said and done, and there is nothing else that a nurse or a doctor can do for us, that you may save us, and the only words that will matter in that moment is, well done, my good and faithful servant, enter in. That's all that will matter, and that is my longing and my prayer, and the longing for each heart here today. One last request, Father, I know that you've said we can, as your children, we can come before your throne boldly. And if what I ask is amiss, I ask that you cover me in forgiveness again. There's a lot of joyful hearts here today, as there should be, and a lot of grateful hearts. But there are some here today who started this journey with people in their lives that you have since called home to be with you, Lord. And I imagine in your presence, this world must be nothing more than a distant shadow of a memory. But Lord, if it's within your design, in accordance with your will you please tell them that we made it, and that we love them, and we miss them. By your grace, we made it. Ask these things, Father, only through your will, and it's in the name of your Son, our Savior, the Redeemer of the world, Jesus the Christ, the Messiah, that I lift this prayer to you today. Amen. Rachel, when I first came into class, I saw you as this perky, bubbly, vibrant, very pink person, and I wasn't real sure about that. But then I met you, and you're one of the sweetest souls I've ever known, and one of the most beautiful reflections of our Savior. And I'm so grateful to have known you. I know there were times on this journey you weren't sure you would make it, but you stopped and dragged us along with you, and we're so grateful. And we just wanted to say thank you. Your class loves you, and we love you.
If that's all you need to know, I love them. Oh my gosh. Hi everyone. My name's Rachel, and it is truly my honor to be able to speak to and on behalf of our graduating class on this super special day. 2 years ago, we all walked through these front doors and into this room to begin our nursing school journeys. We didn't know each other, and we didn't know what in the world to expect. But what we did know is that we had all arrived with one shared goal, to be sitting here, graduating, on our ways to becoming nurses at the end of it. And guess what? We made it. We made it to this point. We made it to this moment. We made it through the unthinkable in order to chase our dreams. I would like to take a moment to say thank you to our nursing faculty and staff for teaching us, shaping us, and investing not only in our academic growth, but our personal growth as well. We will carry the knowledge and experiences we have gleaned throughout this program into our careers as nurses, and we will always hold on to those feelings of confidence we gained as we continue to prove that we could overcome obstacles. Whether those were memorizing a head-to-toe assessment, learning how to give an injection, giving our first medication to a patient, hanging our first IV bag, or conquering months of precepting. It also feels incredibly important to thank everyone in this crowd who's acted as our support systems during these last 2 years. I know that I speak for every student here when I say that there's absolutely no way we could have survived this without you. You've all journeyed through this faithfully alongside of us, through the good, bad, beautiful, and ugly parts all alike. You have encouraged us when we were down, reminded us of our purpose and worth when we felt like we couldn't go on, and have simply loved us deeply and unconditionally, even when our stress and anxiety made us not the best version of ourselves. Thank you for being who you are in our lives. Some of us have jokingly referred to nursing school as a shared trauma, and we're not wrong. But the beautiful thing about a shared experience such as this one is being on this side of it with new perspective. We can look back on our time together knowing that each of us were meant to be in these lecture halls and on those hospital floors at the same time in the exact moments in one another's lives to carry each other through in a way that only this specific mix of people could. We have cried for this, fought for this, prayed for this, and have sacrificed so much for this, but we never gave up on this, and that's something to be proud of. What we have walked through hasn't just made us nurses, it has made us family. They say it takes a village, and I sure am thankful for ours. I often say I wish our class could spend our careers in our own hospital and all work together, because that's just the kind of bond and teamwork that we have. But at the end of this ceremony, we will all walk out of these doors and forge our own individual paths as we step into this new phase of our lives. Although we will no longer be together physically, we will always be connected in the deepest part of our souls. Walking away from this, our comfort zone, feels equal parts scary and exciting. But what a gift it is to instill the lessons we have learned from one another and the lessons we have learned here into the nurses we will become. My heart is so full of love for each of you, and this experience has been an immeasurable blessing. The deep friendship that has grown between all of us is truly the most special feeling. It's the kind that you want to keep wrapped up tightly in your heart forever. May we all always remember what we shared here, and may we all always remember that we are worth it. To quote Harvard Law graduate Elle Woods from my favorite movie, Legal when she gave her commencement speech, it is with passion, courage of conviction, and strong sense of self that we take our next steps into the world. You must always have faith in people, and most importantly, you must always have faith in yourself. Congratulations, class of 2023. We did it!
Thank you, Rachel. That was amazing. Thank you, Amanda. You both did a wonderful job. I'm Ann Jones Sutton, the Dean of the Nursing Program here. Congratulations to the May 2023 Martha Mann Smith School of Nursing graduating student nurses. I can even say, honestly, that nursing school was one of the hardest things I did and any of us will ever do. I bet this crowd over here would say the same thing. Y'all have been through it too, but not quite on the extreme. It's extremely challenging, you've all grown, you've adapted, you've gotten to the finish line. Another round of applause. This isn't the end of your education. Really, it's just the beginning of a new chapter of lifelong learning and an amazing and rewarding career. So be proud of your hard work and dedication to the profession of nursing. We are all so proud of you. Remember, you didn't get here alone, and I feel like we should be offering pins to the family and friends and significant others here. Some of your significant others and family are close by and able to be part of this whole thing. Some of them are maybe viewing this on streaming, maybe not even in the United States, but on another continent. So thank you to our person who's streaming this. It's extra special. So we're very proud, we're very grateful for all the support you've given our students. And then of course our faculty, who've been mentioned a couple times before, but would you please stand? We have a very dedicated full and part-time faculty. They make this program what it is. So we really appreciate that. I'd like to recognize our clinical affiliations. We certainly couldn't offer our great clinical experiences without their continued support. So do we have anyone from Wake Med here? Thank you. And UNC Rex. I know we have someone. Thank you so much. Good job. I don't think Priscilla was able to come. Glen Eyre, we have students there, and Wakebrook, as well as Holly Hill. I don't believe we had any of those representatives, but we're very appreciative of all of our clinical faculty. And I don't believe we have any of our clinical preceptors here with us today, but if there's any hiding, we couldn't get these guys through their senior year without our fabulous preceptors. Next, I'd like to recognize our Wake Tech administrators who are with us here today. Our president, Dr. Scott Rawls. We have Dr. Reeves. Dr. Gail Green. You've met Dr. Valentine. And Dr. Washington is our Dean of Health Sciences. And then we've got Constance, who is our Associate Dean of Health Sciences. And my right-hand person, Becky Harris, who is the Associate Dean of J team. So we've got a fabulous team to help get us through. Today, let me tell you about the different things we have up here that are all part of our pinning ceremony. Students will be receiving a red rose, which represents the compassion that nurses must possess in the delivery of care. Y'all have had loads of compassion already for your patients, and you're going to be delivering way more. So you're going to take a red rose with you to signify that. And we'd like to thank Duke Health Raleigh for the donation of the roses. On the far end, the students are going to pick up a lantern. We know that when Florence Nightingale went into the battlefields to care for the wounded and the sick during the war, she carried a lantern. And each graduate will receive the traditional nurse's lantern. And speaking of Florence Nightingale, I want to tell everybody, particularly the nurses in the room, Happy Nurses Week. Florence's birthday would be next week, and we typically have Nurses Week around her birthday. And the lantern is a symbol of the promise that we make as nurses to aid the sick, the injured, the needy. And we would like to thank UNC Rex Healthcare for the lanterns for our students. And then finally, you will receive your Martha Mann Smith School of Nursing pin. The pinning ceremony dates back to the 1860s. Again, Florence Nightingale. She was honored with the Red Cross of St. George for her efforts to help men during the Crimean War. And because she believed in acknowledging a job well done, when she had her own nursing school, she presented a Medal of Excellence to her nursing graduates. And we carry this on today. So you will have a pin to carry with you. I wear mine from my nursing school days. I think most of these people still have theirs with them as well. So wear it proudly as a Wake Tech grad. And speaking of that, if you're ever in clinical, especially Wake Med Carey, I think that's where my father-in-law usually lands, he will be asking you if you were a Wake Tech grad. Every nurse gets that question. So just show him your pin. Say, yes, I am. And then the next thing he'll ask is, do you know my daughter-in-law? And you don't have to answer that question. That nursing pinning ceremony isn't just a tradition, it's an important symbol of your hard work and your dedication, and it's your transition from being a student to a full-fledged nurse. So again, let's just say 100% pass rate. And then you'll be RNs. And congratulate colleagues. I am excited to have you as our new nursing colleagues, and I will be very excited to see you out and about when I'm running around the hospitals. So, excellent. All right, you ready to do this? Yeah. Okay. Marshals? Marshals, do you want to take your seat? Thank you. All right. Fatima Abudahab. Caitlin Alford. Julie Ballard. Jessica Bowen. Mel Broadwell. Anna Caesar. Fatima Shakur. Meredith Coates. Alexa Cook. Jesse Cruz. Woo. Morgan DeVince. Danielle Dozier. Leslie Espinoza. Rosemarie Fitzpatrick. Christine Garner. Amanda Gass. Natalie Hahn. Kylie Harris. Quenisha Henderson. Michaela Henry. Donna Hibbert. Kirsten Hill Douglas. Brittany Hines. Melissa Holmes. Joshua Howard. Alex Hulse. Aaron Kaczynski. Ashley Carroll. Asna Khan. Our illustrious speaker, Rachel Kiger. Caroline Kirby. Michelle Cohn. Elena Kravitz. Amber Kuban. Kuban. Courtney Lazak. Alicia Leva Solomon. Jamie LeMasters. Kaylee Mahar. Portia McCann. Congratulations. Valerie McIntyre. Michelle McPherson. Tracia Mills. Lysandra Moore Boykin. You look gorgeous. Ifioma Nwabunike. Julia Ober. Sophia Akigwe. Nathan Paprocki. Dixita Patel. Our Student Excellence Award winner. Timothy Patton. Agostina Polizza. Melissa Price. Maria Quiraz Metzius. Gelsomini Reme. Sorry, I went through that again. Santiago Rodeo. Deanna Santamartino. Sierra Scott. Lakeisha Taylor. Morgan Townley. Linda Wally. Shannon Wilkerson. And Asma Zaneldin. Y'all can see me. Y'all ready? And now the class will recite the Nightingale Pledge.
Minister any
done. And now I'd like to thank Dr. Scott Rawls for doing our closing remarks.
Thank you, Dean. The nursing ceremony is a noteworthy ceremony. It's one that I think transcends other end-of-term ceremonies at Wake Tech or colleges like ours. It's a ceremony, as Dean Jones Sutton noted, is steeped in history, the pinning, the lamp, the Nightingale pledge, but it's not just the history and the tradition that make the pinning ceremony, the nursing pinning ceremony, stand out. It's a ceremony that recognizes unique personal accomplishment. And certainly your accomplishment is unique among Wake Tech graduates. The Martha Mann Smith School of Nursing is not easy to get into. And the Martha Mann Smith School of Nursing is not easy to get out of either. To get to the point where you are today. You know, tears and fears and late nights and early mornings and stress and anxiety. I think what you call shared trauma. It's not the lifestyle that anyone would choose, but at some points along the way, it is the experience of many a nursing student. But it's not the challenging programmatic requirements that make this pinning ceremony so noteworthy. What makes this pinning ceremony so particularly special is not the program itself, but it's the profession. It's because nurses are special. Miracle workers, angels in scrubs, the heart of healthcare, the few blessings of being ill. These are always all different ways people have used to describe the role of nurses. Someone said that a nurse is just another word to describe a person who's strong enough to tolerate everything and soft enough to understand everyone. And if it sounds like we put nurses on a pedestal, hopefully it is because we do. The pinning ceremony represents your claiming that post, that place on the pedestal. And that doesn't mean that your days of tears and fears and anxiety and stress, trauma, being overworked, under-rewarded, are behind you. You all know better than that. But as long as you're a nurse, you will never confront waking up in the morning and wondering about whether you're going to make a difference on that day. Now, we put nurses on a pedestal because nurses are our frontline difference makers. They're our leaders. They're our personal leaders during the times in our lives when we feel most vulnerable. At its heart, nursing is a very special role of leadership in our society. You go where others will not. You make yourself vulnerable. You put yourself at risk where others may not have the courage. You keep the roadmap to progress in front of us when we don't know where to turn. You inspire us to take the extra step when we may not know if we even have the fortitude to do so. Now, each of you are particularly prepared to take this leadership step today, to claim your place on the nursing pedestal because you've been surrounded by remarkable faculty members who not only have provided you the knowledge and expertise that's required of this great profession, but they've also modeled the way, modeled the heart and the soul, the attributes of nurses in our society. Now, as president of Wake Tech, I want to conclude by thanking each of you for choosing to be part of Wake Tech. Your presence has enriched us. You have contributed to the life of our college and this campus during your time with us. And as a member of this community, I want to say a special thanks to each of you and to your family and friends for their sacrifices, but to you for making the choice to be nurses, so for working so hard for the past 2 years to be a nurse that you are right now. Your commitment to service and leadership, your commitment to being a nurse is what we celebrate today. It's what makes this ceremony special. It's what makes our community a better place. So congratulations, thank you, and best wishes.